do we clean the water that comes to the Budd Inlet Treatment Plant in Olympia? Well, here's the process in a nutshell. First, the dirty water arrives via a large underground 5-foot diameter influent pipe. Step 1. Our headworks, where we take out the trash. Headworks, that is where we remove all the garbage from the wastewater. The incoming water runs like a river through big screens that filter out the trash, which then gets sent to the landfill. After we screen out the trash, the water flows through the grit chamber, where we get the smaller, heavier items out, aka the grit. Things like coffee grounds, eggshell bits, and dirt sink to the bottom of the chamber. Under the floor in this giant room is step 2 of the treatment process, known as the primary clarifiers. In the primary clarifiers, the water slows down and more waste settles out. The lighter stuff, the stuff that floats, are the fats, oil, and grease, called fog for short. The heavy material, yes, that's the poop, though we call it sludge at this point, will sink to the bottom. Long panels skim the bottom and top of the basins to remove the sludge and fog. Time for step 3. The next step in LOTT's wastewater treatment is the biological process. In this step, we use 60,000 to 70,000 pounds of microbes that work at the plant around the clock to help clean the water. In these basins, we mimic nature by using bacteria to break down the waste and gobble up the nutrients. It is especially critical that we remove the nutrients from the water, especially nitrogen, which comes from human waste, food, and some soaps and detergents. If excess nutrients are released into Puget Sound, it can cause algae blooms. Then, when the algae die and decompose, the oxygen becomes depleted in the water, which can cause other aquatic plants and animals to die. That's why this biological treatment step is so important. Step 4. The secondary clarifiers. In these secondary clarifiers, we let the water be still again. Here, the bacteria clump together and sink, helping pull other suspended particles out of the water. These bacteria are collected, and some are sent back to the treatment process to be reused. Step 5. LOTT uses ultraviolet UV light for disinfection. The ultraviolet light deactivates any bacteria or pathogens left in the water. Here you have it, the treated wastewater called final effluent that is ready to be released into Puget Sound. What you sent us when you flushed the toilet or drained the sink arrived here looking like this, and now leaves like this. This water has been treated to advanced secondary standards, the highest level of treatment currently provided at any wastewater treatment plant along Puget Sound. That's the process that protects our waters that takes place 24 hours a day, 365 days a year at the LOTT Budd Inlet Treatment Plant.